Good afternoon. Happy Earth Day, everyone. Thank you for attending our fourth session in our Earth Day Streamathon and helping us celebrate the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. My name is Danielle Salisbury. I'm a resource educator at Cornell Cooperative Extension, Dutchess County, and I'll be your moderator for today. The Cornell Cooperative Extensions of the Hudson Valley are excited to bring you this virtual programming. And if you want more information about our programs, please check out our Facebook and our website, both listed here. A little bit of housekeeping. We are recording this session and it is presented via Zoom and Facebook Live. I will be moderating comments, so if you are attending with us via Zoom, you may enter comments in your chat box since you are muted. There's a box in the bottom of your screen that says chat. If you click on that, it will open up the chat box. You will see a section that says to, and then it will go to all panelists. If you would like to go to the whole group, please click on all panelists and attendees, and then it will be sent to the entire group. Please leave your comments and questions in there, and I will tell Collin about them as they pop up. Actually, he's asked us to wait till the end of the session, so he can check that box. If you're attending with us via Facebook Live, please, if you have any comments or questions, please insert them in the comment section on Facebook Live. I'm also following along there, and we'll let Collin know your comments and questions. Without further ado, I present to you Collin Adkins. He is a resource educator here at Cornell Cooperative Extension, Dutchess County, and also a community energy advisor. And today he'll be talking to us about home, heat, and health, win-win solutions through energy efficiency programs.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for joining in the webinar and for joining us on Facebook Live. Hello, Angela and Jess, Rosemary, and Sean. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you so much to our moderator, Danielle, pulling all the strings behind the scenes, making the magic happen. We're very blessed to have everyone participating and having you here today. I'm going to be cruising through some slides today with some visuals to kind of help root us in some of this material. But please do ask your questions in the Q&A or the chat or in the Facebook comments, and we'll make sure we get to those at the end during the Q&A period. I would like to also introduce sort of the collective group of community energy advisors here for the Mid-Hudson region. In addition to myself, Danielle is also a community energy advisor with us on the Community Energy Engagement Program. She is our bilingual English and Spanish educator. And we're also joined by Sean Welsh. If you didn't get a chance to check out his presentation earlier today, all about do-it-yourself tips to save energy at home. Definitely recommend checking out that video, and it's going to be available on our Facebook page at CCE Dutchess, so you can definitely check that out at your leisure. And I'd also like to mention that, you know, our contact information, which is on the screen here, everyone is certainly welcome to give us a call, send us an email. We're working remotely, and we're still available to help folks from home as well. All of us, though, have this important role in these times as serving as local community energy advisors who are available to help you make informed energy decisions, show you some different options that are out there, guide you through the process of all of these energy efficiency or clean energy projects, and connect you with all the people and resources to make it happen. And there are advisors from all across New York State. So if you're tuning in from New York State, go on to NYSERDA's website and find out where your local community energy advisor is, or contact us and we'd be happy to put you in touch with them. Since it's Earth Day, and a very big Earth Day at that, 50th anniversary, I thought I would start with a little analogy about trees. Perhaps you're familiar with the expression that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. But the same is true for energy efficiency. You know, there are things that we could have done 10, 15, 5, even last year that would frankly put us in a better position today. And especially in these uncertain times, I am finding myself thinking a lot about what could I have done to prepare for this a long time ago, or what can I do right now to help others weather this storm. And we don't yet really know the effect of all the stay-at-home orders are going to have on our collective energy use and our individual energy costs. But I hope today to share with you some ideas and some solutions that can really help. And with that, the thing I want to stress here is that we're kind of all in this together. And when you consider the statistic that 1 in 3 American households struggles with energy security or their ability to afford energy, these are our friends and our neighbors who are going to be faced with these energy bills. And to take a comprehensive look at this, the entire home itself works together like a system. Things that happen in one part of the home affect things that happen in the other part of the home. And a great way to demonstrate that is through the theory of the stack effect, where you look at airflow through a home. It's a little bit chilly today. I had to turn my heat back on and turn it up a little bit to get toasty for this presentation here in my side room. And as we heat up the air in our homes, the air does what hot air wants to do. It wants to rise and find a way out. And as that happens, the pressure inside our home needs to balance. And so cold air will come in to replace that. And then we're paying to heat up that cold air, and the cycle continues. So looking kind of from the top down, where there's air leaks and missing insulation can actually have an effect on the bottom of the house, where that cold air is now being drawn in. So when we think about those places of missing insulation up high, common places to look for those are around our access to our attic, all those recessed lights up in the top floor of a building. Definitely if you have a dropped ceiling, looking up in there. Because if there is missing insulation and hot air is going up and reaching the roof, it is warming the roof. And if there's snow or ice up there, it's going to cause that to melt. The water is going to run down, and it's going to freeze at the eaves of the building and possibly form an ice dam, which can be very bad for the home, because that can lead to water infiltrating in places that water should not be getting to, and just creating this effect of moisture buildup. And we're going to get to some of the implications of that in a second. But there are also other places that air could be leaking where we don't really want it to be leaking. All those ductwork that may be going through your home may not be sealed properly. If you have cracks beneath a door or around a window, that's definitely an area where air can be going in or out when we don't want it to be doing that. A fireplace that doesn't have a flue or a way to seal that off when it's not in use is another big thing that will just send hot air straight up and out. And we put all of this together and consider all those places that we use energy, and it starts to fill in a picture of why energy bills can get so high in New York State in the wintertime. When you consider the fact that we spend most of our energy dollars just heating the air in our home and setting that up and out. So if we want to go deep on energy savings, we need to address the physical structure of the building. But we can also look at things like appliances, electronics, and lighting. That's another big piece of the pie. Water heating and how much water we save or how much hot water we use. And then of course, cooling. Cooling the air is the same exact effect, just in reverse, where hot air can actually push the cold air down and out if that pressure differential is building up. And that is ultimately kind of when we start to see this runaway cycle show up, is on our energy bill. But by that point, it's a little too late, isn't it? It's we've used that energy and we are obligated to pay it. And so that is an important piece, because we want to think ahead and we want to get ahead of some of these things before they happen and before those high energy bills come in, especially in these times, right? So one question I have for all of you, and since I have the ability to do this, to ask everyone here a little poll. Everyone in the Zoom portion of today's program is going to see a poll pop up, and I'll share the results with the folks on Facebook Live who might not be able to see this. I would like to know, what sources of energy do you use at home? And pick as many as are applicable. There's electricity, oil, natural gas, propane, other, or I don't know. I'm going to give folks a couple seconds to answer the poll. Thank you for your responses. You can also answer the poll in the chat, or if you're on Facebook Live, let us know what sources of energy you use at home. A couple more seconds here. Okay, we're going to end the poll and share the results. So 83% said that they consume electricity at home. 67% said oil. 17% said natural gas. 17% said propane. And nobody said, I don't know. So that's a good thing, I think. So that's something to consider when we think about the source of that energy we use and the dollars we put into that, where that energy actually comes from. So I'm going to end that poll and move a little bit forward here, which is to also show you how all those things I just showed you in that diagram of the house also have implications for our health. And this diagram was put together by a lot of talented researchers from RAMP Asthma. When you consider those gaps in insulation and air leaks, when the house isn't ventilated properly, and there's potentially a buildup of indoor and outdoor air pollution in the home, or a buildup of moisture and mold, that is associated with an increased risk of respiratory symptoms, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. Furthermore, when the home is exposed to extreme temperatures and there is improper heating and cooling, that can exacerbate underlying illnesses or lead to death from exposure. We unfortunately all too often hear about those cases out there. And I think we're all a bit more acutely aware of respiratory issues in these times, right? That the sources of exacerbation or things that can trigger respiratory disease could be coming from the home, from moisture and mold that can exacerbate asthma. And then all those places where air can escape can also be places where pests could infiltrate the house, pests that may be connected to a range of communicable diseases. And all this put together, I mean, I'm stressed just talking about it. All of this stress from worrying about energy bills, paying the bills, doing the work in the home can start to add up and trigger some underlying mental health impacts, including depression. But I'm here to tell you that there are solutions out there, and we're going to talk about them right now. As utility customers, we all pay into the solution for some of these programs, which is the systems benefit charge. If you take a close look at your utility bill in New York State, if you see this line here, it says SBC/RPS charges. That stands for systems benefit charge, and it's fractions of dollars assessed per our consumption that gets aggregated and redistributed into programs like energy efficiency programs, research and development, programs to assist low to moderate income households. And I'd like to get into some of those programs here. The other question I have for everyone on this webinar is, do you own your home or do you rent your home? So I'm launching another poll if folks would like to answer that. Of course, you're not obligated to tell us if you own or rent. Thank you for those who are responding to the poll. Looks like everyone here has finished answering, so I'm going to end the poll. And 80% said that they rent. We have 80% of the folks on our Zoom line here are renters, and 20% own. And I'm happy to tell you that there are programs to help both renters and homeowners. It's a bit of a misconception that this is just all my landlord's concern to worry about. I'm a renter myself, and I still pay a utility bill, and I want to do some things that can help me. So there are some programs out there that can help renters as well. To begin with, regardless of income, it's a great idea to get an energy audit, and that is something that anybody can do. Get a trained professional come in, assess the building, and if your household income meets certain guidelines, you can actually get some assistance to do the work recommended in those assessments. Through the New York State Assisted Home Performance with Energy Star program, a family of 4 in Dutchess County earning less than $76,752 annually can get cost share up to 50% of the project cost to actually go in and do some of that insulation work. Air sealing, the list is quite long. And then if you earn less than 60% of the state median income, or again, using that example of the Dutchess County family of 4, if you're making less than $57,564 annually, you can actually get cost share to do 100% of the work covered to you at no cost. Another great way to just know if you're qualified is if you receive SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, SSI, SSDI, assistance programs like that, you're automatically income qualified with that award letter. So in these times, think about our friends and neighbors who could use a little help, who might be laid off right now. Just because the pause order is preventing on-site work from continuing right now, these programs are still open for business and still accepting applications. We want to get folks teed up and ready for when that order is lifted and work can resume. So that's another role that we're here for. And I want to mention one other program. This is one that you can actually apply for online. It's called Solar for All, and it effectively works like another measure of utility bill assistance using solar energy credits. So it's also a great way to support local community solar. It's such a simple, easy process from after sign up to receiving credits on your bill. Same exact eligibility requirements almost as Empower New York. So if you receive SNAP, TANF, SSI, SSDI, this is another great program that can help you save somewhere in the order of $5 to $15 a month on your electric costs, which certainly adds up over time. And through all of this, no matter what the program, the community energy advisors, Sean, Danielle, and myself are all here to help you along the way. From doing outreach, we do a lot of one-on-one consultation. We can set up some Zoom meetings, we can set up a phone call and just talk with you about your energy needs. We can help you engage with a contractor who can do that assessment, help you understand your options, apply for programs, apply for assistance or financing, and then be there all the way through construction and afterwards to help you make the most of those upgrades. And the piece, again, I want to really stress here is at the end of the day, we're talking about people. We're not just talking about buildings or kilowatts or tons of emissions. We're talking about people and lives and livelihoods that when energy as far reaching into our lives as it is, when those systems are changed, when we're saving money at home and we're running on cleaner sources of energy, the effects can be really transformative. We've been doing this now for a little while, and the stories of the folks that we help are remarkable. So, on the screen is a few examples, but tell us if you've had gone through any of these programs before. How has it changed your lives to have participated in these programs? We want to hear about those, as well as anyone who is thinking that they could use a change in their energy costs. And so with that, we're going to move into the Q&A period. And we're also going to post some links and stuff in the chat, some more resources for folks to find what they're looking for. Our contact information is on the screen. There's a typo in our phone number. Should be 845-677-8223. There's a few extra 8s in there. You can call that number. You can be connected with an energy advisor. You can also visit our website, midhudsonenergychoices.org, and fill out our online Google form. And that goes to us directly, and we can just give you a call, say, hey, how's it going? And get connected that way. So whatever is easiest for you, you can enter your, you can send us a message on Facebook too, whatever you'd like. And Danielle, are we getting any questions coming in?
Not yet, but I would just, for some of the folks who maybe hopped on a little late, what would you say would be the first step that they should take if they want to become more energy efficient in their home?
The first step, I think, is to get more information. And a great way to do that is with an energy assessment. There are some self-assessment tools out there and online. Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory has a really nice self-assessment. But you can also sign up for a program either through the utility or through New York State Energy Research and Development Authority to get an energy assessment, which is very personalized to your house, and it's going to be your best roadmap for the road ahead. Any other ways that you can get more information about your energy use, I think, is a good thing. Some of the programmable thermostats out there that can give you some information about your energy use. Those can be good tools to learn about your consumption habits.
Great. And I just would like to just ask, since you've become an energy advisor, what are some steps that you've taken at home to reduce your energy use?
Well, beginning with when I first moved to this apartment, I brought with me an energy checklist. There's a great resource out there for renters who might not be thinking about energy when they go to look at a place. The Northeast Energy Partnership, NEAP is the acronym, put together a really great resource for renters. It's an energy checklist for you to kind of look at things and jot some notes down related to energy, so you kind of know what you're getting into when you get into a new apartment. And from there, I knew there was a couple things that I wanted to do. The thermostat here was kind of an old, outdated model, and there's only one kind of sitting in the hallway. It doesn't kind of monitor everything. So I got a smart thermostat that has really helped me schedule out and take the hassle out of checking my thermostat all the time and setting it when I leave the house every day. That has actually shown a big improvement. And I'm also running on all electric here. We have a heat pump HVAC system. So one of the things I did was to sign up for community solar so that I could offset my electricity consumption with locally generated renewable electricity. Those are two things that I wanted to do right away.
Fantastic. We do have one question here. It says, are all energy assessments free to the homeowner?
In New York State, yes. The Residential Energy Audit Program provides a no-cost energy assessment. There's some more in-depth energy assessments that you could really do if you have some really complicated energy systems, or if you have a small business or nonprofit. There's another program for commercial and nonprofit buildings to get an energy assessment as well. There's programs out there for everybody right now in New York State, and that is part of the role of the energy advisors to help connect you with whatever resource is right for you.
Great. I'm not seeing any more questions. So I guess maybe just to reiterate, final question, what would be the first step somebody would do if they're interested in learning more about some of these programs you talked about?
Give us a call, send us an email, connect with us, and let's start a conversation. We know that everyone's situation is a little different, and we want to be able to pair you with the resources, people, and programs that are gonna kind of give you the best lift.
Great, that's awesome. And I just want to reiterate, our phone number is 845-677-8223. There's a little bit of a typo. So make sure when you call us, you use the correct number, 845-677-8223. And I believe there are no more questions, Collin.
Great. Well, once again, thanks everyone for coming out. Thank you, Danielle, for being our excellent moderator and making everything happen behind the scenes. Don't miss out on some of our awesome programs happening later in the day. The last one starts at 5 o'clock. Everyone out there, stay home, stay safe, stay informed.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.